Hey everyone, it's Sunday, May 23rd. The time right now is 2:24 p.m. and the temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. I'm here on Front Street West, and that's a look south at Union Station. And there's a look to the east. And for this one, I'll be heading on over to Simcoe Street, and then I'll head on up to Grange Park, taking mostly Simcoe along the way. And from there, I'm not really sure where I'll go. This is the May 2-4 long weekend here in Canada. Tomorrow would be the holiday, that's Victoria Day. That's a federal holiday. There's often a lot of fireworks this long weekend, but most of the official displays, if not all of them, to my knowledge, have been canceled. I think there's normally a big one that takes place at Ashbridges Bay and Canada's Wonderland, among other places. There's a look at the Royal York. My original plan for today was to head down to the beaches neighborhood. But I ended up coming down to Union Station here to meet someone to sell an item off of Kijiji. So I thought, let's improvise another walk instead, and maybe if the weather's nice tomorrow, I'll head over to the beaches, or possibly down to the waterfront, which is just to the south of here. I have a feeling both of those areas will be quite busy today and tomorrow, providing the weather holds up, of course. That's a look south down York Street towards Lake Ontario. And there's Kelly's Landing. And a look back at the financial district. So all these buses you see that you wouldn't normally see along Front Street are here because the subway is closed between St. Andrew and St. George Station. That's on the University side of Line 1. So I think they're just doing their turnaround here. They're heading south from St. Andrew. Then I think they turn north up Bay or just after that, and then take Wellington back over to here and then up to St. Andrew. I think that's the turnaround route. Oh, there you can see a shuttle bus turning north up University. So that must be it. And I thought I'd check out Grange Park because I passed through there last week doing a live stream and it was quite lively. There was a lot of people out enjoying the weather. There was even some live music. There is a new office tower going in. The primary tenants will be TD Bank and the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. One more glass tower will grace the skyline. This one will be 46 stories. Although those are office stories, which are much taller than condo stories. And it'll be around 787 square feet in height. That's what happens when you try to memorize a number like that. I just looked that up on my way down to Union Station when I thought I'd do this walk at the last second. Here is Simcoe Street. Just to the south of here is Lower Simcoe. And that'll run down to Queens Quay West, right in front of Lake Ontario. And I think it heads north up to Elm Street, right around where all the hospitals are. So there are signs of life in the core today, although not too many. Restaurants aren't even open for outdoor dining. That's a bit of a shame, as they would make a much needed killing on a day like this if they could just open up their patios. Oh, it'll be neat watching this tower rise. So I'm heading north up the west side of Simcoe Street. Maybe I'll cut through this public square right here, where you'll find Roy Thomson Hall. So this is Wellington Street, and as you can see, it's quite dead. There's a lot of the shuttle buses making their way to University Avenue and turning north. I'll just wait for a clear opportunity to cross. I might as well wait for the signal at this point. There's only 7 seconds. And that's a look at Roy Thomson Hall. That's the home to the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. It opened back, I think, in '82. I want you to download an app just to park at that facility. And this is David Pecaut Square. It says he was a civic leader and city builder. I think he was known for tackling issues such as adding more green space to the city, as well as advocating for diversity and employment opportunities to people who are new to the city and the country. as well as affordable housing. There's the rather hideous Metro Center buildings. I remember watching those go up as a kid thinking they were ugly. Looks more like some kind of suburban city hall at the center of their little suburban downtown rather than a prominent building that should be featured here in the city. And we can go right through this fountain here as it seems to be turned off. On weekday afternoons during non-pandemic times, this place would be full of office workers taking a break and having their lunch. There's the Royal Alex Theatre straight ahead. And the Canada Walk of Fame. Let's zero in on one celebrity and see who's here. Steve Nash.
Okay, no problem.
I think he was actually South African born. Farley Mowat. I don't know how well the camera is picking these up. There's another look at Roy Thomson Hall. I think the original design for this had the glass canvas draping all the way down to ground level. But I think that design was not practical or affordable, so we ended up with what we have, which is still rather iconic. Certainly back when postcards were more of a thing. This is one of the more iconic postcards. This and the Flatiron Building and the CN Tower with the Sky Dome next to it. There's St. Andrew's Church. So it's back to Simcoe Street here in the Entertainment District. And that church goes back to 1873. Reminds me of a lot of the churches you find in Montreal that are often open for tourists to just walk into on the weekends there. There's the Elephant Castle. It's a shame their Yonge Street location closed. And a look east into the financial district. Just wanted to grab this view. Maybe I'll get it from the other side of the street. I suppose that's a pretty good car. I'm going to try to grab a picture with this Ferrari going by. I was blatantly fishing for a thumbnail on that one. And up on the right here is a steam plant. That is the N-Wave steam plant. N-Wave's an energy company. I think they strive to be a sustainable, renewable energy company. They currently have a deep lake water cooling system that draws from the bottom of Lake Ontario, and they use that to cool a lot of facilities in Toronto, such as hospitals and large data centers. I think this was built to provide cooling for the Metro Toronto Convention Centre, among other places. I don't know if it's still used for that. And this is Adelaide we're approaching. I think 3 of the 4 buildings on the corners of this intersection have some kind of heritage status. They're all historical properties except for the steam plant. This one here is known as the Richard Bishop Apartments. It's also the former home of the Pretzel Bell Tavern. And this one goes back all the way to 1830. And there's the steam plant. And I think that's an old warehouse over there. And 196 across the street's another historical property, but I don't really know much about it. Maybe there's a plaque somewhere in the building. Oh, it just seems to indicate the current tenants.
Dr. Pepper.
Sorry. You'll notice there's bike lanes here. These were added back in 2014.
Went to the market, not here, to get you flowers. Yes, done. West.
Might not be in the best area for it, but it certainly doesn't feel like a long weekend. I think there's probably large clusters of people in parks in the waterfront in certain areas, and the rest of the city's probably quite barren. We'll find out soon as I get to Grange Park what that's like. This is Richmond Street West. And we're at Queen Street West. There you can see some of the shuttle buses heading down University. That would be Osgoode Station just to the right. And straight ahead of here, Simcoe Street becomes pedestrian only for about half a block, and then it starts up again right next to the Canada Life building. But I think We'll take in some Queen Street and I'll head over to John and then north up to Grange Park. So this street would be normally packed with people on a long weekend, especially with weather this nice. This is Duncan Street. You normally get a nice view of the CN Tower just to the south. There's a look north up McCaul Street. Hopefully this music doesn't get picked up as a copyright when I go to upload this. I'll find out at some point, I guess. I just gotta talk my way over the music and hope YouTube doesn't flag it. There's the old City TV Much Music building. Now it's owned by Bell Globe Media.
And it's just like, we're working.
And here is John Street. So we'll turn north here and head up to Grange Park. And I'll look southbound John. This Euro shop is always doing a good business.
So it's like it's hard for them to sit there and be like, all right,
this is Grange Park we're approaching. There's the ruins of an old church right at the foot of the park. I think it was called St. George the Martyr. That's been there since the 1840s. Although there was a fire in the 50s.
Doesn't do it to Brianna anymore.
So this park was extensively renovated back in 2017. They added an off-leash area for dogs. There's a splash pad and an upgraded playground. This is actually the yard attached to this apartment building here. And on the east side is the Ontario College of Art and Design. And on the north side is the Art Gallery of Ontario. So there's a look at the off-leash area for dogs. There's a look over towards the playground. There's the OCAD University looming over the east end of the park.
Okay, I'm sorry, but maybe get one more of this. Yours, sister.
And this sculpture here is known as Two Large Forms. This was originally at Dundas and McCaul Street. That was moved here as part of the 2017 renovation. This was done by an artist named Henry Moore. There's the Art Gallery of Ontario, and that would be Beverly Street, just to the west of here. And the next street to the north is Dundas Street West. It's nice to see so many people out and enjoying the weather. We haven't seen this very much lately. It's been a bit unseasonably warm the last few weeks after experiencing the opposite. Well, my goal was to head up to Grange Park, and we did it. Now, I would normally have just walked over to St. Patrick's Station, but they're running shuttle buses on that part of the line. So here I am with the camera and no plan. This is McCaul Street. There's a look up at Pecaut University. So I want to get back to the subway. I could just bite the bullet and take a shuttle. I could walk east all the way over to the Yonge part of line 1. Or I could go west through Chinatown here and take the streetcar north to Spadina Station. I've been watching a YouTube channel called Zero Enigma lately. It's a channel by a guy who rides his bike through New York City, and he basically puts up compilations of all the incidents he encounters throughout the week. I think it's his commute to and from work where he draws most of his recordings from. I found it entertaining, to say the least. I don't know if I'll start taking on that style of cycling videos. There's a look at the Art Gallery of Ontario. So that corner is where that larger art sculpture used to be. And I guess we're going east. I could have jumped on that streetcar, and that would have taken me to Dundas Station. Oops. Or Yonge Dundas Station, whatever its official name is. There's actually another streetcar coming up. Wonder if I can hop on the next streetcar here.
I will wait.
Just in case. Let me throw my mask on. There we go. Hopefully I can get a view by the window as we head through the neighborhood dubbed to be Little Tokyo. I don't know if anyone's gonna press the button, but let's do that. Let's get a little streetcar ride going on. Providing no one takes issue with the camera, I'll just try to steer clear of people. It can be a little awkward if you're sitting directly across from someone. It is quiet here. Let's go for a rear-facing view.
Next stop, Chestnut Street.
So as I mentioned, this is the neighborhood known as Little Tokyo. Way back when it used to be Chinatown.
Next stop, Bay Street. Please look right for traffic when exiting.
There is Don Don Izakaya. Quite like that place. And it looks like this escape room went under, trapped. There's a for lease sign on the building. That would no doubt have been one of the last places to reopen.
Street, Dundas subway station.
And that will be my destination. Although nobody has requested a stop. There we go, I did just in case. It's very unlikely that it wouldn't stop. Here we go.
Please look right for traffic.
So this is Yonge Dundas. I'm just gonna cross over to the other side of the street and hop on a northbound subway train. There's a scramble crossing in effect. We'll look southbound Yonge and the Eaton Center. Here we are at Yonge Dundas Square. All right, let's head down into the subway. And I hope you enjoyed this walk from Front Street West, just in front of Union Station, to Simcoe, and then up to Queen, and through Grange Park, then up to Dundas, and then hopping on the 505 over to here at Dundas Station. The keys are starting to fall out. I put them in my wallet so they don't jingle around. And according to the board there, the next train is not due for 2 minutes. And I'll look south. You can see the lights of the next train coming up. It appears to be at Queen Station.
Way down there.
This is exhilarating. It switched from 2 minutes to 1 minute.
Help stop the spread of COVID-19. Please wash and sanitize your hands frequently and avoid touching your face.
All right. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.
Line 1, North Village. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is College Station.